Oh, no.
No, I hear you now.
No, you got me now. All right. How about that one is where I started with. We love a good technical difficulties, but here we go. And there we go as the Packers move to 8-3 on the season, a 41-25 victory over the Chicago Bears at Lambeau Field. The Packers have now won 100 games against the Bears in their franchise history. We love a good triple digits, Matty. We love a good triple digits. I'm Alex Stroh from Game On Wisconsin alongside my great friend Matt Ramage. We're getting to your calls. We've got a couple of guys on the line getting ready to chat with us about some Packers things. Here's how the call-in situation will go. So if you're on the line now and you're hearing me, listen up. If you're planning on calling in, here's how we're going to do it. Call in. We're going to give you 30 seconds to spit whatever you think. If you've got a take, we want to hear it. And we want to chat about this great victory as Aaron Rodgers looked terrific, 4 touchdown passes from him tonight. Jamal Williams looked like a man. Devontae Adams joined the 500 reception club, and a whole lot more to get to. But the first thing, and the first things first, Matty, that I want to get to is thank God for Mitchell Trubisky.
Dude, I've been saying this all week. All right. Mitchell Trubisky coming back was the best thing that could have happened for the Packers. I know a lot of key Packer players came back, and that was important. But more important than all of those was Mitchell Trubisky playing for the Bears. I have no faith in this dude, right? Especially after being benched. After you're benched and you come back, and not come back because I think you're the baller that you are, you come back because of injuries. I think, dude, I had no faith in Mitch Trubisky. I'm glad he played. He's Jay Cutler 2.0. And this game was so much fun. I loved it. Even coming up here to this post-game show, I tripped up the stairs. I fell up the stairs. I defied gravity. Usually I fall down the stairs. Today I fell up the stairs. And, dude, this game was fun to watch.
It really was. Again, a Packers big victory as they win 41-25. We're going to get to the phone lines now. Hello. Thanks for calling in. What do you got for us? No, okay, maybe not. We'll go to the next one. Hey, you're on with Alex and Matt. What do you got for us? What do you take away from that one?
I love the win. I thought that the defense played way more physical than it did against the Colts.
Yeah.
I was happy with obviously we got some turnovers, and, I mean, it's Mitchell Trubisky, but, I mean, seriously, the physicality of the defense, they're trying to strip balls, they're doing all that different stuff, every catch, that's the stuff that I want to see. That's what I wanted to see against the Colts. Wanted to see against the Vikings. If we played that way against both those two teams, those are 2 wins for the Packers. No doubt. And at the end of the game, I want to say that I'm glad that the Packers let Williams finish that one off. He earned it. He had a heck of a game. Great team win. We got some other big ones coming up. That Tennessee game is going to be a big one. There's a lot of other teams out there that we're going to have to beat, but love the win.
Love the win indeed. Appreciate the phone call. Yeah, he mentioned the physicality of the defense. And speaking of the defense, how about Darnell Savage? A 2-interception night for him. The first 2-interception game by a Packer since December of 2016. Trivia time, Matty. Who do you think that Packer was in 2016 with a 2-interception game?
I don't even know. 2016. Clinton Dix?
You got it, man. It was Clinton Dix. It was your buddy, Clinton Dix. Indeed. We go back to the phone line now. If you can hear me, you're on with us. What do you got?
Well, I think we got to talk about your dance at halftime. I think we should Ramage do a dance. His halftime tweets, and that would be great.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Show, guys.
I appreciate you calling and appreciate you watching the show. And did you hear what he said? He liked my dance at halftime.
Dude, it was a good dance.
Yeah, and I think so too. But I don't know if you caught what he said, Matty. He would like to see you dance as well. But before we do that, for those that have no idea what we're talking about, we'll play the clip here in about 5 minutes of me dancing at halftime, and Matt will get the song "The Bears Still Suck." We'll get the Bears Still Suck dance for you guys in about 5 minutes. Just make sure you let him know that you want to see it, and he will get the dance to you in about 5 minutes. You good with that?
I'm gonna dance.
Yeah, you're good with it. I'll turn the song on for you. here in about 5 minutes. But back to the game. Final score 41-25, and a lot to be happy with, right, Maddie? A lot to be happy with from this one. Again, Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdown passes, and it felt like the Packers were in control the entire night. I mean, there was not a point in that game where I thought the Packers were going to lose.
Yeah, dude, like this game, like I did a lot of podcasts this week. I did a Bears podcast this week. And that's what I said, dude. Make Mitchell Trubisky beat you, and it wasn't even about like defense because our offense was just on. Like Aaron Rodgers was on. They mixed in a running game. I think that they had a good game plan, dude. Not to be all bored, like they had a good game plan. No, but like the Packers were in control like the entire game, and they knew that the Bears' special teams was dangerous. I saw the squib kick early, and I felt like after that they were just confident. They were like, "Hey, we don't need to do that." This game was just the Packers owned it from kickoff to the last ticks. That's what it was.
No doubt about that. And one note I want to get to before we get back to the phone lines is the rush defense. I wasn't terribly confident in. I mean, we saw that long run from David Montgomery there early in the first half. He racked up over 100 yards rushing against the Packers. Aaron Jones, 17 carries for 90 yards. Still only 100-yard game for Aaron Jones on the season. So if you're calling in, if you're hanging with us in the live comment section, let us know what you think to do with Aaron Jones. His contract obviously up after this year. It's been a big topic of discussion. I fall in the if the price is right, you re-sign Aaron Jones category, but don't overpay for him. We go back to the phone lines now. Hello. Thanks for calling in. How are you? What's on your mind?
Don't be shy.
Was that me?
That's you. Go ahead.
That was me. All right. So, okay. So, well, obviously, it was a great game. You know, it's like the Packers ran on all cylinders. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching, equipment management. Everything was awesome. But last week, I was at the game in Indianapolis, and that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But and I was a little worried for this game. But obviously, Green Bay played a typical Sunday night game against the oldest rival in the league. But, you know, it was a huge game. Like I said, everything, all cylinders were all going. Offense, defense, special teams. So this game's over with, though. So how do you look at next week? It's the Eagles. And yes, it's the Eagles, the NFC East, the worst division in the NFC.
Well said. It is indeed the NFC, and appreciate the call. The Eagles are nothing to overlook, but they're nothing to get too scared about. And I was much more nervous for this game, obviously, and I think, Matt, you'll agree. It's divisional football. Anything can happen. We saw what happened against the Vikings earlier this year. They fell to Minnesota for LaFleur's first divisional loss, and they've rebounded since then against divisional opponents. Obviously, this being their first game since then against a divisional opponent, but to rebound the way they did after the loss last week and after going on that little stretch of 3-3, they bounced back with over 40 points. The offense looking stellar, and so on. Where were you at, Matty?
Dude, I was saying this. I was talking to old Joey the Jaguar.
Oh, yeah, baby. I did a thing with him earlier this week. Yeah.
Yeah. Underage Packers podcast. Great podcast. But we were talking about this. Is like divisional games, the records don't matter. Like if you look back to the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, it doesn't matter. When it's Packers, Bears, or any rivalry, really, the records don't matter because these teams hate each other. Like you saw that when Timmy Boyle was over here doing the snaps. I saw the comment up there, and they got a little rough, you know, because dude, the teams don't care about records. Like they're fighting. They want to beat that team. How many Bears coaches got hired and they were told just beat the Packers? Just beat the Packers.
Just beat the Packers.
That's what it is. That's what rivalry is. I don't care if you're talking about the Ravens, Steelers. That's who you hire guys to say, hey, if we haven't beat this team, like we want to beat this team. The Packers, Bears, it goes both ways. Dude, Packer fans want to beat the Bears. Like, I hate the Bears. Like the case of the crabs, all right? Yeah. Which I've never had. But I
me neither, luckily, yeah.
But I'm just saying, I hate the Bears so much. And I've been waiting for this game all year because usually the Packers, Bears, they don't wait this long to play each other. But this year it was, and I was just waiting because Bear fans are chirpy. A lot of Bear fans are cool. I was on a Bears podcast this week, the Bear Down podcast, and they're good people, all right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of Bear fans get chirpy, like, oh, yeah, but we'll beat you. No, you didn't. What are they now, 5-6? Like, just stop.
Five,
all right.
5 and 6. Yeah,
Yeah,
5
you're
and
done.
6 for the Bears.
Bear fans, you're done. All right. You're like, what are the Vikings? So they're like right next to the Vikings. And maybe the Vikings might be I don't even know their Vikings record.
The Vikings have been on a little bit of a roll, and they did win today on a little bit of a walk-off. Crazy ending for the Vikings today. So, yeah, I think they actually might be ahead of them. They might be 6 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess we can look that up because the internet does exist, Maddie. But there is one thing that, again, I mentioned it at the top of this show right when we started, and I'm going to mention it again. I tried to play this sound bite earlier today. It didn't want to work with me, so I want to play this. The best moment in the last, 5 years for the really the Green Bay Packers from the Chicago Bears.
With the second pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback.
Yeah, I'm cheering there, Matty. Mitchell Trubisky selected number 2 overall back in 2017. He was benched back in week 3 for Nick Foles. Nick Foles out today with an injured hip. Trubisky comes in his relief, goes 26 of 46, 242 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, both to Darnell Savage. And Mitchell Trubisky clearly just not the project that they wanted. It has not worked out the way they wanted, and they passed up Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes to get Mitchell Trubisky.
And I see this comment by Chandler King. Imagine if we had to deal with Mahomes and Watson or Watson. Imagine that. Like, imagine if they made the right decision. But I'm not sure that they would be the same player because that is the thing with the Bears. Like, Cutler was, I've said this 100 times, Cutler was good for the Broncos. Mm-hmm. It's like if you're a quarterback and you come into the Bears, like they're just jinxed. They're like, I don't know what they got. If they pissed off the Blair Witch, I don't know what happened. But like if you're a quarterback and you come to Chicago, you ain't gonna do nothing.
No.
Like that's just what it is. Like if you're a linebacker and want to come to Chicago, that's good because they always have good linebackers, they always got good defense. But if you're a quarterback and you're thinking about going to the Bears, just understand
your career's over.
Yeah, you might get a check because they'll pay you. Like, and that's what I'm gonna start a little thing. Extend Trubisky, all right? You gave Jay Cutler 7 years. I remember when they gave Jay Cutler 7. I remember where I was when that happened. I loved it. So I'm saying if you're to the Chicago Bears, whoever runs this, 7 years for Trubisky, let's get it done.
Minimum. And Maddie, I look at it this way, right? They have just failed time and time again to trot out a competent team. We were talking about it earlier on the Game On Wisconsin pregame show. Jacob Westendorf was making the case. This isn't the best rivalry in the NFL. And while you can maybe make the case for the recency, of course, the Packers have just strictly dominated the Chicago Bears since Brett Favre came into the picture. And, of course, now Aaron Rodgers. It's constantly been, the Chicago Bears are the ugly little stepchild, and the Green Bay Packers are the trophy child, and they've continued to prove their dominance, and today was just another great case, blowing them out at halftime and hanging on to a big lead throughout the game. I was thrilled with how they played today at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, and the defense. And I get that people are – because I was posting, well, how about the Packers defense? And everyone was hating. Well, it's only the Bears. See, here's my thing with that. Excuse me.
Good burp, yeah.
This mic picks up everything. No, but like the Packers defense. So they lose to a good or a shitty Vikings team, right? And everyone gave them crap, which they deserve.
Right.
They lost to a shit team. But then they beat up on the Bears. You're like, well, it was just the Bears. Like, what do you want? Preston Smith, Darnell Savage, Raven Green, I don't think gets at all the amount of respect that he deserves. He saved a touchdown. He stopped. And I'm sure he did a lot of other good things that film watchers will see. But, like, this defense ball, though, it doesn't matter. Like, I saw people say, well, wait till week 16, they're talking about the Titans. It doesn't matter. Like, today we're playing the Bears, and they balled out against the Bears. Like, all you can play. And you can talk about last week with the Colts all you want, but, like, they played the Colts good. Like, there was, like, 3 or 4, maybe more mistakes that had to happen to lose that game, and they did. So, if you want to talk smack, I get it, because they didn't win the game. But, like, I think that this defense is coming up a little bit, hopefully. You know, and obviously when you play these guys like the Titans, when that game, the defense has a big task in front of them. But like right now, we beat the Bears, beat the hell out of them, like embarrassed the Bears. It wasn't even close. Like they were never in contention for this game. Like they gave up. Like they were talking about it on the commentary. Like, you know, they're not tackling. Like they gave up. Like this game was over at like
it was you're right. I mean, it was 27-10 at half. It was 41-10 after 3 quarters. This game was never within reach for the Chicago Bears. And that's what we've been missing, I think, to a point, Matt, right? This season out of the Green Bay Packers, we've talked a lot about them putting together a complete game. 4 good quarters where we're confident. We're looking at the TV and saying, yeah, that was good. That was the right thing to run for Mike Patton. Or, yeah, there's Aaron Rodgers flicking his wrist for a 40-yard deep ball that's going to work out. And tonight was the first game where I was confident in their competency to really hold the lead and be dominant throughout this game. I think this was the best game we've seen out of the Packers. Definitely defense, I would think, this season. And one of the better ones we've seen out of the offense. Aaron Rodgers was just tremendous as he always is. But let's get back to the phone line one more time. Hi, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Alex, Matt, you guys are awesome.
Appreciate it.
First off, I got to say I'm calling from southern Wisconsin. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack.
Been a Pack fan my whole life. I've got a good question for you.
Sure.
Tonight, was it just, how can I say it this way? Do you think that the Packers offense is just that good that we crushed the Bears, or are the Bears defense, is it overrated?
That's a heck of a question. I love when we throw the word overrated around, right? Especially when it's the Bears, when we get to make fun of them, the ugly little stepbrother I just referred to, right? And I don't know if they're necessarily overrated. I think Akeem Hicks being out definitely hurt the run defense and some of the things the Packers were able to do in the middle. Jamal Williams looked like a superstar, and Aaron Jones was at like over 5 yards per carry, if I'm not mistaken, tonight. So a really good game for the Packers offense. And a complete one, like I mentioned. I don't know if I'm ready to call the Bears defense overrated, and appreciate you calling in, and you can continue to do so like he just did, 877-878-7683. Matt, where are you at with the Bears defense? I thought, obviously Aaron Rodgers sliced and diced him like he was a cuisine chef, but they're still pretty good on a regular day.
Oh, yeah, I do. The Bears defense is good. See, I said that before, like earlier. I was on whatever, all these podcasts this week. And
yeah, you're a big deal. You were doing the whole media tour. You were saying hello. You were being a little. How should I say this? You were being a little all over the place with your podcasts. You were sleeping in multiple beds, if you will.
Yeah, I was on NFL Network. No, I wasn't. No, but like I've been saying that this all week that the Bears defense is good and they're legit, and you got to give them respect. But right. I just think that the really good offense beats a really good defense if the other team doesn't have a really good offense. So, like, this is confusing because I'm a little drunk, all right?
That's what it happens. Yeah.
If you have a really good offense and the other team has a really good defense, but they don't match up, you know what I mean? Like, this is hard to say. But you know what I mean? Like, our defense, I think, is better than how bad their offense is. And our defense played up. Preston Smith balled out. Like, a lot of people like to talk about Preston Smith. A lot of people like to talk about a lot of people on our defense, but our defense did enough. And I got no future on the NFL Network. No, but
you're kind of the Michael Scott quote from The Office, right? I started this sentence and have no idea where it's going. Yeah, that's been you all night.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Is like I think I was confident that our offense could get up on their defense because their defense is good, but it's not like good enough to like stop this offense. Yeah. And I felt like our defense was good enough to stall their offense because it's Mitch Trubisky. And Mitch Trubisky doesn't scare anyone. I mean,
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't. One's like, we have to stop Mitch.
Especially not Darnell Savage, who again had a 2-interception night. That is my defensive player of the game tonight is Darnell Savage. He played tremendously. Obviously, the 2 interceptions, had a little bit of an injury scare there late, but hope he's okay. And what a game he played. We go back to the phone lines now. And again, I'll say it again for you. If you can hear me, you're on. Your mic's hot. Go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I'm calling in here from enemy territory. I'm a Packers fan in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a tough life out here, but, we thrive. But yeah, I just want to say, at this point in the season, I'm taking a look at our running back room, and Aaron Jones, he's a great back. He's extremely versatile.
Mm-hmm.
He can play. He runs so hard. I absolutely love him as a player. But his contract is up, and we got Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon. So my question here is, I want to see a little bit more of A.J. Dillon on these snaps. And, I'm just thinking, with those two guys, do we re-sign Aaron Jones?
Well, Jamal Williams also on a contract here, as is Tyler Ervin and Dexter Williams. Appreciate the call. And I look at it this way, right? There has to be a correct number when it comes to Aaron Jones if you're going to re-sign him. If you're going to put money into a running back, because we know they don't play past age 30 unless they're freaking Frank Gore, it's usually not worth signing them to an extension after the rookie deal. It's just how it works out. Now, as Aaron Jones proven, he's a really, really good football player and deserves a nice contract because there's potential he could do this for several more years. Of course there is. Of course he's deserving of a nice contract. But is Green Bay the location that needs a running back, a star running back, and to put it the right way, overpay for him? You're going to overpay for Aaron Jones if you sign him to a deal because he's that good. And when you have a guy like you just brought up, Jamal Williams, who would be willing to come back on a much cheaper deal than Aaron Jones, and you've got A.J. Dillon, who was a second-round draft pick just this past year, it makes a hell of a lot of sense to let Aaron Jones walk, go get his bread elsewhere, and maybe re-sign Jamal Williams and try to give A.J. Dillon that extra push because there's a lot of hype surrounding him when he's healthy. Matt, what do you think?
See, this is a tough one because I really love me some Aaron Jones.
As do I.
I just don't think that is going to happen. I don't think that Aaron Jones, I mean, he could be like, they could have a deal in the works and it works out the way that they want it for both sides. But like, I think that, like you mentioned, Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon, whether they bring back Dexter or not, or if they draft a guy, I think that they're comfortable with that. I think that Aaron Jones mentioned that he's talking to them, and it was earlier in the season, and now you don't hear much about it. But like, yeah, a lot of teams don't want to pay a guy, especially when you have Aaron Rodgers, you have Devontae Adams, who has a deal coming up. A lot of guys have deals coming up. They just paid David Bakhtiari. So I don't know that they have to pay Aaron Jones. I love me some Aaron Jones. Like, I absolutely love him, not just on the field, but off the field. I think he's a good dude. Mm-hmm. He's Packer people. He's like one of the best people in the world, basically. Like, he's over here helping pregnant women carry luggage through the airport. He doesn't know. Like, he's such a good dude. And I think, he's awesome. He's a very good football player. But, like, I don't know that they're going to pay him. I don't know that they have to. He's going to make a lot of money somewhere. I wish him well. And if it can be in Green Bay, that'd be awesome because I love the guy. But, like, if I had to guess, they're probably not going to.
Yeah, no, I would think so too, right? I mean, you look, don't get me wrong, Aaron Jones, terrific bat. Deserves every dime that he's going to be offered by some team out there. And there's going to be a, middle of the ground, maybe low contender or maybe bottom of the barrel team that offers Aaron Jones a heck of a lot of money. And as much as I'd love for him to take a pay cut and sign a contract for probably half of what he'll get offered elsewhere with Green Bay, it doesn't make sense for him. Of course he's going to go get the bag.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, dude, I would never ask a player to take less. I remember everyone talking about Aaron Rodgers. You should take less. Dude, I would not take
get your bag.
Dude, I would, like, at my job, like, I work at a job. I work at a cheese factory. If they said, hey, Matt, you want to take $5 less, we can hire this guy? No. Not even $5, not even a nickel. Not even if you said, it's not happening. Like, get your money, get everything, especially, like, in the NFL. Like I joke about $1, but it's not $1. It's a lot of money, and they don't know how long their careers are. So, like, he's got to get his money. He's got to get the bag. And I think Jamal Williams is a very, very good running back. I think he's very underrated. Like,
here's what I'm looking at, and I thought you might be interested in this as well as we bring up the running back comparison. Aaron Jones tonight had 17 carries. Jamal Williams tonight had 17 carries. Aaron Jones, 17 carries for 90 yards. Jamal Williams, 17 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, take your pick. Both good lines off 17 carries. And both really good nights on the ground. So all around, I mean, the Packers offense was terrific tonight. But when you look at, comparing maybe who's more of your value, where you could sign Jamal for, I imagine quite a bit less than Aaron Jones. You have to start looking at those little things, Matt.
Oh yeah, because they're definitely not both coming back.
Right.
Like that. That is not realistic with the cap space, with everything. Right. I'm sure a lot of teams. First of all, Jamal Williams, I would assume, I don't know, but he's funny, right? So his funny commentary, I think a lot of teams might see him who might not normally see a guy who's just quiet. Not that he's loud, but you know what I mean. He gets a little bit of attention. So I don't think that really matters, because they're like, oh, he's funny, so we're going to sign him. But it might give him a little bit more attention. So I think Jamal Williams, if he's out there, I don't know. I don't even know if any of that made sense. I'm a little buzzed up.
That's all right. That's okay.
But I'm just saying both these guys I think are going to get attention. But yeah, obviously Jamal Williams I would think is going to be a little bit cheaper because he's the backup. He's the guy that doesn't get as many carries normally. Not today. I didn't know that they both had 17. But I think they're both competent. I think Jamal could be a starter. I don't think that anyone that thinks that he couldn't be. And then you got AJ Dillon. I think he's just a beast. But he hasn't got a lot of touch this year. But his legs, he can just run through people. I don't know. I think they'll be all right at running back if Aaron Jones wouldn't happen to come back. Although I do love him.
I've got big news. I think the phone line just crashed. So if you're calling in having issues, my apologies. If you get through, hopefully we'll get to you. But it looked like everything just exploded. So that was awesome. I had 3 callers queued up, right, ready to go. And then it just went poof and shut down. So we'll see what happens. But if you were calling in and you want to try again, that would be appreciated. But
so what kind of operation do we got running here? First of all,
here's the thing. I blame producer Kyle Matty because he has to work really early in the morning, so he doesn't want to come screen calls for us. So I can't have anybody screening calls. They're coming right to me. I have no idea what the hell anybody's going to say when they call in. But hey, if you want to give it a shot, 877-878-7683 is the number of the Packers celebrating a big old win, 41-25 over the Chicago Bears. Now 8-3 on the year and in second place in the NFC. The Saints won today. They're at 9-2. But remember, the Packers do hold the tiebreaker over the Saints. So as long as they can stay pace with the Saints, they've got a shot at the 1 seed in the NFC. And if you remember, obviously 7 seeds now in each conference. So only the 1 seed gets the bye in both the NFC and the AFC. So that 1 seed is coveted, and Green Bay's gunning for it in the right in pace. But it was a fun NFL Sunday all around, and it was a great way to cap it off with the Packers victory. What did you watch some of the noon and afternoon games, Matt?
I did. I watched some. I see his comments rolling here about the Denver backup wide receiver.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
No, because first of all, I read a lot of comments, right? I see posts, ESPN, whoever, not FS1, I don't follow them. But a lot of these, these posts, I saw Denver Broncos said, you got to show some respect for this guy. And a lot of people were shitting on him. They were like, oh, I could have done that. He was 1 for 9. No, first of all, you couldn't have. Dude, there's a lot. Dude, he did nothing. He was on the practice squad. He didn't get reps. He came in, he played quarterback. Dude, can you imagine that? There's the normal person cannot do that. You can't just come in. You're playing against an NFL defense. Dude,
right.
What he did, I don't care about his numbers. I get it. It was 1 for 9.
Yeah, Kendall Hinton is his name. Kendall Hinton, who started at quarterback technically for the Denver Broncos today. Did you watch any of that game?
I was watching on Red Zone. So
me too. Okay, yeah, I was on Red Zone as well. So, right when they pulled that game up for the first time, and we're seeing Philip Lindsay get the ball, he wasn't in a normal shotgun formation. He was 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, just taking a bullet to the chest from the center, and then just running for his life behind 8 blockers. It was just the most messed up formations and game plan I've ever seen. That sucks that their entire quarterback room got wiped out. And that brings up the question, and I'd be happy to hear some of the thoughts in the comment sections out there on the live chats. If the Packers were to have their quarterback room wiped out, say COVID, Tim Boyle test positive, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers can't suit up. Who do you think would line up at quarterback?
See, that is actually a good question. Like, I don't know who has quarterback history, like in high school or whatever.
So Bobby Biceps was recruited as a quarterback and then converted, but he never threw a college pass.
Yeah, see, he's someone. First of all, let's talk about Bobby Biceps for here.
Shall we? We shall.
No, he had himself a game that I don't know his stats, but like,
leading receiver for the Packers tonight. 5 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown for Bobby Biceps.
He seemed like he was getting a little revved up with some of those defensive players.
Yeah,
like,
he got real chippy, man. That's divisional football. They were barking at each other for sure.
Dude, I love it. Like, he stands his ground. He's like, "What? Come get some, baby!" No, Bobby Bicep. Show it to Bobby Bicep, because Big Bob Tunyon. Now that we know how to say his name right, I've been yelling it wrong all this time.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I think, dude, he's like, where do you rank him at NFC North tight ends?
NFC North tight ends. Well, I mean, TJ Hawkinson has proved he's probably number one. I'm not terribly in love with anybody on the Bears. You know, Kmet is solid. Jimmy Graham's fine. Who even is the tight end in Minnesota these days?
Nobody knows.
I assume Shenko's not still there, right? I mean, I think he retired like a decade ago. Kyle Rudolph, is he still in Minnesota?
I don't even know, because I
think he is.
Yeah, if you don't make the playoffs, I don't even know your players.
That's fair. I completely understand. Yeah, that's like asking me to start naming players on the offensive line for Cincinnati. I have no idea. I know they're really bad. This year, Bobby Biceps has probably been in second place of the NFC North tight ends, I would imagine. TJ Hawkinson at number one. Out of Detroit, I think he's just terrific, and I have him in many of my fantasy football leagues, so maybe I'm a little biased, but nonetheless, Bobby Biceps has come on strong this year. We saw Mercedes Lewis get in the end zone today. We saw Jay Sternberger involved from here to there. It's been interesting to see the tight end involvement really skyrocket in year two of the Matt LaFleur system.
I think the tight ends are huge in this system. I think Jace doesn't get a lot of respect. I know that he had some early drops, so people were talking about him. But like when he starts catching it, like he's doing something, he's blocking. Like I saw a thing, I don't know what channel it was, some local channel, and they were highlighting Jay Sternberg, I think, like last week. I think he's gonna be great. I think he's learning from Tunyon, and I don't know. I don't know, because like certain guys I like for no reason. I remember back in the day I was playing Madden, like Will Blackman.
Oh yeah.
This guy's great, and he wasn't then. But I was like, this guy's great, and I would like sub him up, and I would like move him up. Will Blackman.
I know he's the man.
Oh, I thought you were saying I said his name wrong. He said Bill.
No, not Bill Blackman.
Like,
Will.
No, I thought you were saying.
You could call him Bill Blackman, right? William is Bill. My middle name is William, so maybe I could be Alex Bill. Who knows?
I'm gonna call you Billy from now on.
You can call me Billy if you'd like. I guess.
But as a Packer fan, like there's certain guys I just cling to for no reason.
Yeah.
And Jay Sternberg is one of those guys. And usually when I do cling to a guy and I say, hey, that's my guy, I like that guy, they ball out. I should be a scout. But
they ball out, I should be a scout. That was a bar, Matt Ramage. You should be a rapper, is what you should be, man.
I should. Hey, you want me to bust one? No, I'm not going to. But no.
You're gonna bust out a dance here in a little bit, but don't act like I've forgotten.
I know, I was hoping you did. No, but, Jay Sternberger is someone who I root for. I think he's gonna do big things. He's learning from Tunyon. He's learning from the GOAT.
You're really on the Tunyon bandwagon. It's unbelievable.
I am. These tight ends for the Packers, dude, I'm all about it. Because how many years have the Packers gone without having
it's been since Finley.
Yeah.
Finley.
Top-notch tight end.
Jared Cook, half a year maybe is the other one.
Yeah. They should have kept him. But like no. So what do you know about this Allen Lazard injury?
I know nothing. I know the hit didn't look good. I heard a rumor that he was coughing up blood. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but somebody did tweet that or I saw that from a couple people tweeting to a reporter that was there. So they thought they saw something on TV. I didn't see it, but that's scary. Where he took the hit is the core, and that's what he's been out with. So I don't know anything more than you know, Maddie, but I do know that it didn't look good and that he didn't return to the game.
Yeah, so I think that's bad. I mean, obviously that injury, but even missing him at all is
Yeah.
that.
And you saw the rift it took in the Packers offense when he was out, Alan Lazard. So
yeah, because I think that
he's all right.
Like with the wide receiver group, right? You got Devontae's gonna do his thing, and then MVS he can catch a long ball. He got a lot of grief the last couple of weeks or whatever. But with Lazard in there, I think MVS is even better because there's more option because MVS is good at the long ball. So you got Devontae doing his thing. You got Lazard in the slot. You put MVS, just let him run and see if you can outrun the guy. And then you throw it up to him when you can. And so I think Lazard is key. And hopefully he's all right, especially if he comes up blood beyond the game. Hopefully he's all right, like as a person, because like coughing up blood, I didn't hear that. So like that's
I just saw it in a couple tweets. Like I said, completely unconfirmed. Could be total BS. I'm not sure, but I did see that on the Twitter.
When that happened, I was actually shaving. You see, I'm like a baby boy.
You're as clean as a baby's butt, Matt. All right, let's get to our final call tonight. This person's been hanging around for a few minutes, so we appreciate it. What do you got for us?
Lacrosse, I got dropped a couple minutes ago.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I asked Matt earlier how drunk he was on a scale from the Pope to Jim Leahy. I think he's at about a 6 from the looks of it, but I'm not sure. Also, I was wondering about that whole kneeling forward thing with Tim Boyle. Granted, I'm drunk most of the time when the Packers are winning this game, but I've never seen somebody kneel forward before. Is that a thing? Is that just something silly that the quarterback room does?
Isn't Tim Boyle a badass? Seriously, isn't Tim Boyle a badass? Oh, okay. Never mind. Lacrosse guy. We're gonna give him one more chance. Okay, let's do this like I was screening your call. Say your name.
Ryan from Lacrosse.
Good. Now say, hey, it's Ryan from Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Okay, so you gotta enunciate. Go ahead, project. Say it. Hey guys, it's Ryan from Lacrosse.
It's Ryan from Lacrosse.
There we go. Now dive right into it. Hey, it's Ryan from Lacrosse. Here's what I think.
Hey, it's Ryan from Lacrosse.
It's Ryan from Lacrosse. All right, Ryan, we're going to send you through to the guys now. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. All right, we go to the phone lines now. We've got Ryan from Lacrosse with us. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, guys, it's Ryan from Lacrosse. I was asking Matt earlier how drunk he was on a scale from the Pope to Jim Leahy, and I think he's at about a 6 right now. So I was wondering about that whole kneeling forward thing at the end of the game. Is that something that has happened before? Because I've never noticed it. Is that just something silly that the guys are doing?
Yeah, that's that.
If you could talk about that.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, Ryan. That was pretty good. Just lose the and have a little bit more confidence in yourself. All right, we're going to send you through the guys now. Here we go. All right, we go to the phone lines now. Ryan from Lacrosse says he's got something on Tim Boyle, Matty. Those guys always try to poop on our guy Tim Boyle. Ryan, what's up? You're with Alex and Matt.
Hey, I love Tim Boyle, man. I was just wondering what that thing was with the kneeling forward. I've never seen that before in my life. Is he just being silly? Is he trying to get into some kind of Packers Hall of Fame for kneel down rushing yards? Like,
yeah. The Packers Hall of Fame for kneel down rushing yards. That's Ryan from Lacrosse, who totally didn't realize I was screwing with him for a good 3 minutes. But that was a lot of fun.
Hey, first of all, can I say something? First of all, Ryan from Lacrosse, Alex the dick for screwing with you. But great question. All right. But to hell with Alex.
I can't believe I held that together, man. I almost lost it there for a second.
But big shout out to Ryan from Lacrosse. Let's give a round of applause to Ryan.
Ryan from Lacrosse.
All right, Alex.
That's awesome.
No, but that's actually a really good question because I missed that because I was preparing for this. But I saw that there was a little Royal Rumble at the end. Is that because Timmy Boyle was getting rough with him? Kneeling forward?
Yeah, all I know is Timmy Boyle's a badass, man.
Well, he is.
That guy really does rock. I hope he's the Packers' backup forever. So here's how I want the food chain to work, right? I want Rodgers to play for another 5 years at MVP pace. And then I want him to say, all right, I'm over 40. I'm calling it quits, pouring scotch, and being the offensive coordinator or the quarterback's coach. And Tim Boyle remains the backup as Jordan Love goes from third string to first string. And Tim Boyle is just the Packers' backup quarterback for the rest of my life because he is awesome.
Dude, I had Timmy Boyle on my podcast. I don't mean to name drop. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, but Timmy Boyle, he's the man. Like he was like when he's on my podcast, he's so cool. I've told this story. I froze up. I don't want to talk about it. But but he's such a badass. So I can see him like I think if you kneel forward, you're saying a little bit to the team. To that defense. I think you are. I think because you can back
gaining
up
yards, right?
Yeah, like yards. You're moving forward saying like, yo, ain't shit. Right. like y'all ain't something.
You gotta pressure me a little bit if you want me to go backwards, you know?
Yeah. Do something. No, but I saw the little scuff and I love that shit. I love it. Like, dude, I love that Brian Urlacher shit. When he was like, I hate the Packers. And that's what I want to say. Brett Favre, he was always getting in scuffles with Urlacher back in the day. I seen Rodgers, like he gets in scuffles with certain divisional opponents, but I don't know if it's the same like these days. But like I love that divisional shit. Like I'll punch you in your mouth.
Dude, there is no place those guys won't go when it comes to divisional football. They want to punch you in the face, throw you in a wood chipper, and tell you suck at your job. Aaron Rodgers wanted to push his foot down the throat of the Chicago Bears' metaphorical throat tonight, and he did just that. Now, Matt, I know you don't really look at the box score when we do these post-game things, so I want you to guess how many yards, and I told you he threw for 4 touchdowns. How many yards do you think Aaron Rodgers threw for tonight?
All right. I'll say 350. Probably high. No, hang on.
That's high.
That's high. I'll say 312.
Not even close. 211. 211 yards only for Aaron Rodgers on top of those 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, see, I suck at that game. Don't ever do that again.
So, Matt, we brought it up about half an hour ago. I think now's the time to get to the main event because Matt is about to dance with us like you're at a private club. So go ahead, click like, click subscribe, share this video wherever you're at. For those of you that don't know, at halftime, I sent Matt a little joke. Matt decided to post it all over the internet. It went a little something like this. So that was my rendition of the Bears still suck.
All right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
I don't have a lot of room here.
Only Matt Ramage.
Take this disgrace. Another Bears fan throwing insults in my face. And the Heaters are the greatest team to ever play a game. Even if from time to time they play a little lame. How could you ever love a team with your McMahon? And either Porky Pig was a bigger ham.
They got a reputation that's
but mostly based on luck.
The Bears
still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. They really. Cheers, everybody. The Packers win. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Go Pack Go. That's Alex Strofe. We're over here on Game On Wisconsin. Check out Game On Wisconsin on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all those things. Alex Strofe. Thanks for tuning in. Packers win big against the Bears.
Go Pack Go.